the once mighty planet Oa was reduced to ruins. The esteemed guardians of the universe fell, leaving only one survivor, Ganthet. Standing among the ashes of his brothers, Ganthet took an oath.
I swear to you, my brothers and sisters, your sacrifice was not in vain.
Using every ounce of willpower, he forged one last power ring. This ring was sent out to find someone worthy of carrying the legacy of the Green Lanterns. We see Kyle Rayner, a freelance comic book artist, enjoying a night out with friends. Despite his talent, Kyle struggled to gain recognition and lived a broke artist's life. At one point, he couldn't even afford to tip a waiter, so he sketched her portrait instead. Desperate and embarrassed, he even considered sneaking out of the restaurant to avoid paying altogether. And just after that, in an alley...
Luckily, there's always the back alley, where it's just me and the rats.
Kyle Rayner of Earth, you have been chosen.
Destiny brought Kyle face to face with Ganthet. Ganthet knew that he was the chosen one, and he handed him the ring, transforming him into a Green Lantern. Kyle's mastery of the ring's powers was swift, impressing Ganthet and proving he was the right choice. Yet Kyle's true test was yet to come. Ganthet explained to Kyle that he had become part of an ancient and proud order of interstellar peacekeepers. He likened the role to that of a cosmic policeman, wielding a power ring in place of a gun. In the far reaches of space, chaos erupted. A member of the Sinestro Corps, infamous for their yellow power rings, ruthlessly defeated a group of Coons. But then something strange happened. His ring abandoned him, declaring it had found a replacement. Left defenseless, the Yellow Lantern was swiftly overpowered and killed by the Coons. Meanwhile, on the planet Crew, a Red Lantern's uncontrollable rage was tearing the land apart. His fury was suddenly silenced as his power ring left him too. Without its life-sustaining energy, the Red Lantern succumbed to his rage-induced injuries. Even the Star Sapphires in Space Sector 22 were not spared. Fatality valiantly protected a family member from space pirates when her ring also departed, leaving her vulnerable in the vastness of space. Only her fellow Corps' arrival saved her life. Life as a Green Lantern wasn't without its challenges, but Kyle handled them like a pro. Stopping disasters, saving lives, it was all part of the job. His heroic interventions earned him praise and even a little criticism from a kid who made fun of his suit. It was a light-hearted moment, but the calm didn't last. Suddenly, a blue lantern ring materialized, announcing Kyle as its new possessor. Before he could process this, rings from every Lantern Corps, yellow, red, violet, orange, all arrived, choosing Kyle as their new wielder.
Kyle Rayner of Earth.
Kyle Rayner of Earth.
Kyle Rayner of Earth. Kyle Rayner of Earth.
Kyle Rayner of Earth, you have been chosen.
Representatives from the various corps appeared, demanding their rings back and accusing Kyle of theft. Kyle barely managed to stammer a protest before they attacked. He realized whoever set this up had planned it well. Kyle explained that the rings came to him voluntarily, but no one believed him. The Red Lantern Bleeze struck first, spewing her acidic blood. Kyle dodged and moved the fight away from civilians. But Arkillo, a towering Yellow Lantern, grabbed Kyle mid-flight and slammed him into the ground, sending him crashing into a subway line. And as Arkillo reached for the yellow ring, it retaliated with a surge of energy, incapacitating him.
Arkillo finds you weak, unlike Mongol of Warworld, who tore out Arkillo's tongue. Disregard previous statement.
Take it! I don't want it! Hey, I didn't do that.
Above ground, the Star Sapphire encased Kyle in a violet crystal. For a moment, it seemed like the battle was over. But then Kyle's green ring surged with energy, shattering the crystal. The source of this unexpected power was Saint Walker, a blue lantern.
I came in search of a wayward blue ring, but it seems much more is transpiring here. And though I've yet to fathom this mystery, rest assured, all will be well.
Together, they escaped to Oa, the Green Lantern's base, hoping to find answers. Despite St. Walker's intervention, the other lanterns remained hostile. As Kyle and St. Walker made their way, the lanterns from the remaining corps pursued them relentlessly. Along the way, Kyle admitted he had no idea why the rings were drawn to him. St. Walker, though unsure himself, remained optimistic. He believed Ganthet would have the answers. But there was an unsettling thought lingering in the back of their minds. Among the rings Kyle now possessed was the orange ring. Unlike the others, there was only one orange ring. If it had left its original owner, then that could only mean one thing. Larfleeze, its sole wielder, might be dead. Kyle's arrival at the citadel of the Guardians of the Universe was supposed to bring clarity. Instead, it unleashed chaos. The Guardians, who were once calm and wise, now acted like predators circling their prey. Their first question cut through the air like a blade. How did Kyle come into possession of all these rings? But Kyle had no answers. He had come to Oa for the very same reason. He needed to understand what these rings wanted from him. What shocked him even more was that Ganthet, his once empathetic ally, now stood cold and emotionless. The truth came out like a punch to the gut. The Guardians removed Ganthet's emotions, claiming they interfered with his judgment. Kyle's fury boiled over. He shouted that the Guardians had gone too far. But the Guardians weren't in the mood for a debate. They demanded answers and closed in, intent on stripping Kyle of the rings and interrogating him. Then the rings themselves spoke. Kyle was chosen. This didn't calm the Guardians. It enraged them. They lunged toward Kyle, their intention clear. But before they could reach him, every ring from every core surged onto his fingers.
I didn't come here to fight. Oh God, this isn't what I wanted.
Kyle transforms into a hybrid lantern, capable of utilizing all emotional spectrums. The power was overwhelming. The Guardians looked on, stunned. This was something they had never anticipated. A human wielding all the rings at once. Kyle wasn't the same anymore. His transformation wasn't just physical. He was angrier, stronger, and more determined. But this power wasn't limitless. As Kyle fought, something began to shift. His body, already strained, showed signs of breaking. Blood seeped from his wounds and the rings themselves started to falter. The overwhelming energy of each ring clashed with the others, creating unbearable pain. Then came the inevitable. One by one, the rings disengaged. Their power collapsed inward, destroying each other in the process. Kyle fell to his knees, powerless once again. Ganthet stepped forward, his voice steady but grim. He explained that Krona, the Mad Guardian, had once controlled all the rings. But Krona was immortal. For Kyle, immortal, it was pure folly to think he could contain such power. The Guardians wasted no time in delivering their judgment. Kyle was stripped of his Green Lantern status. But the green ring refused to budge. It clung to Kyle's finger with unyielding force. When Ganthet tried to remove it, the ring lashed out. This wasn't normal. Something deeper was at play. The mystery deepened when the orange ring, previously thought to be under Kyle's control, morphed into a massive construct. It wasn't a ring at all. It was a creation of the Orange Lantern himself, Larfleeze. This revelation sent ripples through the room. The Guardians quickly deduced that Larfleeze was behind the chaos. It seemed he had sent the other rings as well. Before they could make sense of it, lanterns from every core, desperate to reclaim their rings, arrived at the Citadel. Fueled by anger and a desire for revenge, they joined forces to attack the Guardians. But the Guardians proved their dominance, defeating each lantern with ease. Kyle, now powerless, could only watch as his comrades fell. The Guardians stood victorious, smug in their superiority.
We are the Guardians of the Universe. You are merely a figment of Agent Orange's imagination. You can do nothing to stop us. Kyle Rayner is ours. These trespassers are ours. You are ours.
Then, a massive construct crashed through the ceiling, crushing one of the Guardians beneath its weight.
Correction, Guardian. You're all mine.
Agent Orange!
But this battle is far from over. Let us know in the comments if you want to see part 2 of this story. And it would help us out if you could like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who might enjoy it. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.